village in every province, your banners
Hi, guys.
rise.
Starting coming at you with another game of Total War Three
The
Kingdoms.
Han's deceit crushes the
And
people and
yeah,
chokes
we're
the
gonna
realm.
do a Yellow Turban
The
rebellion. It's
mandate
gonna be
of
great.
Heaven abandons the dynasty. They must fall. My brothers stand with me.
So we are
We channel
Zhang
the
and
way.
we are gonna try
Three
to see
one
how this
purpose.
goes.
We
I
are
haven't
with
played
you,
Yellow
brother.
Turbans yet, so
Their time
it'll be
is
a
done.
learning experience. Maybe we'll just lose.
Let nothing brook our path to victory.
So
Here
these are
in
the other
north,
Yellow Turbans that
you
are
must grow
around.
in strength and numbers, and quickly. In the south, the sleeping Hun will not stay dormant for long.
When they hear our call, the people will answer.
I'm
Liu
sure they're
Yang
correct.
awaits your judgment, Zhang Jue. May the way show you to righteous victory.
Alright, so we've got our brothers, and the zeal gets shared. We earn it fighting. And we get zeal from getting hurt. And we get more replenishment and commerce income when we take casualties. War. So as it grows, it'll just like... We'll be able to see that. So, unite with our brothers to defeat the Hun. Build carefully for enemies surround you. Alright. So we're here up in this corner, right? And, you know, before long we're going to have to fight. This is like 182, so like 8 years before the Three Kingdoms era would start. But we've got our brothers, which are... In our faction, no, they're their own factions, but we started allied. Alright, so we just have like this tiny little army to fight us here. So these sword cavalry have 60 models in the unit rather than 30. Very interesting. We've got Chosen of the Eight Immortals, which are evasive and big damage units, but they have low model counts, so they could get shot up pretty badly. Archer Gang, which is, you know, got its problems.
My lord, I hope
Redeemed
all is
Outlaws,
well.
which have missile block, and Guerrilla. No, we'll see how it goes. Alright, so what are our abilities like? We have a family spear, and not a lot of armor. And this guy is afraid of horses. Like, why do we have the saxophone? Come here. Here we go. We can give it to this guy. Like, who's got more expertise? This guy. So, he'll be the fighter, right? We'll give him the sword, or the axe, rather, and he'll have a decent weapon. Alright. Well, let's get to it. You know, nothing to do but start the fights.
For the cause.
So they have a very small army arrayed
And
against
so
us
it
here,
begins.
but, you know, there's no reason to auto-resolve your first
Corruption
battle.
and the decay of the Han can continue no longer. The people suffer under an unjust and greedy dynasty. The land starves and...
So, like, I think none of our guys are very good at fighting. But that shouldn't discourage us. After all, it's just a little army here. And, you know, we're going to decline these duels because they're better at fighting than we are. And we were able to lock them all down with that disorient buff, and then we will use this ability, which is a huge morale boost. You know. Yes, we will accept the duel. Hopefully we'll win. Because, you know, it's good to have your guy, you know, send a message, right? And with the big melee evasion, you know, the duel's starting out alright, but they'll be fleeing soon enough. So this guy, you know, he just wanted to duel, and we wanted to duel him back. And soon enough, we'll be able to use this Way of Great Peace. Oh no, it's only got one usage. Whoops, well, you know, it's fine. We're winning the duel. We are slowly winning the duel. You can tell by the way it is. Hooray, we win! He gets the HP back, and, you know, he gets the glory of winning a duel against a not very strong force. Anyway, so that was just sort of like an A-move battle. You know, good to introduce you to the faction, theoretically, which we basically ignored. But I mean, it's just like a couple of the cavalry things. You can't even really see how you're going to line up against, like, in a line fight. Here, we're going to take the supplies, I guess? I don't know. 140 wasn't a lot. Alright, so we beat them and get 5k and some zeal. So we need to capture this town.
Must fall. It is our time to be heard.
And this should be just like a minor settlement. I don't think they're going to have walls here. These guys, you know, have shields, and that's good. And we're just gonna, you know, charge on in and try to get something done. Not with the cavalry, though. They're, you know, they'll get too beat up by it.
Our comrade is under attack.
And once the infantry make contact, we can come in. It's just, you know, you don't want to charge your horsemen into brace spears. You don't. I mean, I will regularly do it, but you don't want to do it.
The enemy unit flees.
You know, we should have pushed through to those archers. Here we have, wow, okay, so these G militia are demolishing our redeemed outlaws here. I never thought I would see the day where they want to fight, but they are definitely winning. I mean, are we getting shot up? I don't know. Maybe it's the towers. Anyway, they're beating us. That's very funny. Because I would consider them the worst thing in the game, but maybe all of my units are even worse than the worst units in the game. That's encouraging. We are, after all, the rebellion. It'll be a unique way to play and or lose the game.
Look, enemy run!
Because if my units are just, like, worse than the worst units in the game, it does make it a little tricky to do anything, doesn't it? Maybe it's just the towers. Maybe it's mainly the towers. Because they only have 28 kills, but we've lost 80 dudes here and 70 dudes there. Oh, we're probably getting shot by multiple towers. Well, you know, I'm very bad.
The enemy unit flees!
Our men flee the battlefield!
Alright, well, that was not pretty. But I think we get, like, bonuses for losing a bunch of dudes, so I did it on purpose, question mark. Yeah, alright, so these guys are bad at fighting. Jot that down.
Our just deeds were blessed. No longer will corruption reign.
Alright, so we have to complete missions to fix up our thing before they retaliate. Defeat 20 armies or garrisons. So if we destroy this faction, then we'll get a guy to join the rebellion, but that seems hard. I guess we'll just see what happens at the end of this turn first, and then we'll try to, go on from there. Because we've gotten, this here. How do we... Alright, so... The archer gang, the poachers just have guerrilla, worse armor, and less ammo. So unless we wanted that... Alright, so Spearman Gang have shields and spears. They don't have AP. Peasant Volunteers seem worse than G Militia, if that's possible. But they are expendable. So everything we have access to is bad, so we're just going to load up on it and see if that helps us do anything. And upgrade the town, even though that seems bad and wasteful. Alright, we've got reform trees. Public order, income... 40% income from peasantry could be good. 10 character experience... Unlock those outlaw dudes that weren't good. 15% cheaper upkeep on retinues. Yeah. Let's do that. I mean, it might not be worth as much as some stuff overall, but it seems like that's a thing that I like to see. So, alright, there's turn one. No idea how this is gonna go. But, it looks like our brothers in the rebellion do well there. Yunshu declares a feud against the Han Empire. Good for him. I figured we go here, we go to ambush and wait a turn. Because we wanna take out this city first, and then they'll have these bandits, which this guy starts out allied with literally everybody? He's a peaceful governor who's allied with literally everybody. Huh. Alright, well, there's turn 2. We've got a full army of terrible units. And let's see how we go with it.
Standard stance.
And he's not at home, so we're going to be able to pop this. We do have Night Battle already, which is very good to start with.
Heaven blesses our mandate. They are lost and need guidance.
We have a nice workshop there. And they actually have like a fairly quick payoff for their buildings as they improve, but we don't want to do that yet because we don't... we have to upgrade again to get there. Well, that's too bad because we can't afford.
The blue sky must fall.
You know, these might be mistakes. You know, spending thousands upgrading these cities might be mistakes, but if they are to be like my power base, then we need to get them rolling, right? Because, I mean, because of how the mechanism goes, 25 replenishment, yeah, I mean, so the fact that our army is bad is okay. We can lose a ton of units because we have this huge replenishment boost, which only goes down when we go down to there. So we'll be at very, very high replenishment just out of the box. Alright. And if we can't get to the city in time, ambushing is the way to go, because we might be able to convince him to pop in over the wall like that carelessly. And our brothers are off doing their thing. Ooh, this is fun, you know. Whenever I start, it's like, man, our army's bad. But I guess if we already start with our, rebellious alliance going on, and that's good too, because now I don't have to think about managing so much of the space, which can be a little daunting. All right, so our brother gets declared on. We get our mandatory drill, which, you know, reduces the upkeep beautifully.
The way is the only law.
Oh, and he got to level 5, so we need to get rid of the archer gangs here, and we can get some of the better units because he's higher level than the other dudes, so they can have the worse. You know, 4 archer gang, probably enough gang.
At ease! It is our time to be heard.
Alright, so the garrison will be here, and Gongsun Zan is here. Alright, so if we can, you know, we'll probably pop him to take his weapon. I don't even know if you can make these guys join. I just, you know, maybe, I don't, man, it's a really good weapon.
Fortune smiles upon us. Let us not squander opportunity.
But if we can get him to join, I don't know, maybe
Let us do them
maybe we have to
justice.
only have Yellow Turban
Now,
heroes,
let
though.
us fight for a stable, unified China.
But absorbing people into the rebellion should be kind of like how we want to do things, right? White Horse Fellows are here. Those are his unique cavalry. They're pretty good, I believe. I've faced off against them a couple of times and always come up the poorer for it. We are not taking that duel. In fact, we're declining all of these duels, you know. We're not doing this for our own personal glory. Not in a way that matters. We're doing this, you know, to unify China. You know, for the people. And that means we're not going to take a bunch of dumb duels that we're going to lose.
Prepare! Show no mercy! To attention! Do not relent! Steel yourselves! Unleash fury! Kill them! To battle!
And we'll get the spears around this way, and then our shock troops in the back, our shock troops plus more spears will be there. Now they just tried to pop our morale, so we are going to do this to make everybody brave again. And we melt this side, so we're just going to push in here and try to get our cav on top of the White Horse Fellows, although we might not be able to. And while these cav do have, you know, some shields, they're still going to get very, very beat up by this, and they're not even going to be able to push through to the archers there. You know, that's good stuff. We run away from Gongsu Zan. There's no reason to get our foes beat up, not when we could, you know, be doing the good work here. So we get on top of the White Horse Fellows. I think we win both of these fights. Yeah, we do. You know, if they will just let me use my trash units.
Our success looms large.
It's like, I don't know how much damage the archery does. I mean, you probably get some done, right? It doesn't seem like our archers are really hitting them very much, right? Are they hitting our own troops? Probably.
One step closer to victory! Right! Move up quickly! Citizens! Stand ready!
And like Gongsu Zan wants to duel, but we don't want to let him. Obviously, we don't want to let him. And now he's here. You know, he's in against some nice Chi defectors. You know, who are, I guess, better than a spearman gang. They're like G militia, but they joined us, so somewhat better than a spearman gang. Yeah, and he's shattered. Their army lost. Oh, this guy's unbreakable.
We've killed an enemy general!
And there you go. A glorious victory. We've got too many archers. You know, 4 would be fine. You know, they're not very good. Once we get fire arrows on them, if we can, then that'll, you know, improve them quite a bit. you know, for various
Heaven
applications.
blesses our mandate.
Because, like, it's a really great weapon, right? It's a really great weapon. But what kind, you know, what kind of rebellion of the people do we want it to be if we just start immediately executing dudes because they've got nicer stuff than us?
Let them go and repent. No longer will corruption reign. Purge corruption.
Alright, so here, like, yeah, it's like I seem to remember these being cheaper on somebody else, but maybe... Anyway. Well, we don't need the archer gang, so we can... Yeah, I mean, I guess more spearman gangs. They are generically solid enough. It's like, how many expendable guys do you want in the line? I mean, like, three will be fine. Next reform. We could get towers and stuff. But if we want to get, like... If we want to get any... Okay, yeah, we got to go here so we can get trebuchets.
United we stand.
Oh, and we can't increase taxation. That's too bad. I was like, with all this public order, we can. No, we can't.
Pick up your swords and be ready.
Zhang has declared war on us. We'll learn where he lives soon. Alright, so... Alright, there we go. Yeah, they were telling us to get ready for the war. Yeah, everybody has declared war against us. You know, it was just a couple of turns. Maybe if I had stayed in my lane and not taken more things, it would have delayed for a couple more turns. But, you know, everyone declares war on everyone, and now the Yellow Turban Rebellion is in a huge amount of trouble. Let's see how it goes.
For the people.
You know, they were never going to let us just get away with it, right?
With righteousness. It is our time to be heard. Let the people rejoice in our victory.
Though I rise, my heart remains with the people.
The thing is, of course, that we can't really defend our lands up here, which is a shame. But we need to just pop him, right? Because if we destroy this faction, then we can get this dude to join the rebellion. So we need to just deal with his lands over here. Hopefully they'll be done, and then we can loop around in here and eliminate him. Hopefully, or maybe one of our brothers will do it, and that'll still work. Because we need that, too, to secure the next of the the powerful equipment. So we're working on it. We're working on it.
Stay true.
Oh yes, court. Alright, so these people are dissatisfied or whatever. But they don't have salary at all. So we can get them here. And then they'll have purpose be like, yeah, no, that's too much money though, right? For an army that we're not going to use. But, well, hopefully we'll hold on to our guys and they won't feel so listless. But in the event that they leave, what are you going to do? Like, there's only... Gun? Oh, gun. For the walking staff. I'm like, what? Alright, so... we can give him... the Twin Marshal Xi, give him the family spear. And now, now our guys are rolling with slightly better equipment. We could have gotten a really good thing, but I didn't want to pop Aung San. I thought, maybe we could get him, maybe. And he would be a very fine feather in the cap, We're just going to see if we can hold on. Oh, man, I thought we would have a couple more turns, but, the other brothers in the rebellion hopefully are pushing them off a little bit. Zhang Kai. Then do we have like wow, okay, yeah. We don't have a family tree here for this faction.
With me.
Alright, so that gets our food up from 0, because if we don't get some food... Oh, and me upgrading these cities reduced the amount of food surplus that we had. Very bad indeed, we need to get some food. Because it's going to be winter soon enough.
Their ignorance is their doom.
So many of the people in this time period have finer hats than in the other one, just very fine hats. Really appreciate that about them. Yeah, so it has begun. Across the lands, your banners rise. The Azure skies in. The Mandate War begins. Follow the story. Yes, yes, yes. And when we get to 50, we'll get a campaign victory. And then, wow! Okay, so the Yellow Turbans have begun. Gongdu joins up. All of the Yellow Turbans have joined up. So all across the land. Well, now I see. I'm like, okay, so here's the Mandate War. It's all online.
Standard stance.
I'm like, everyone's at war with me. How will we survive? Well, we'll have to do this. And this Yellow Turban Rebellion, I guess if all the rebellions are also part of us, that's good. But we're just gonna try to get here in the north, right? Because if we isolate all of this, no matter what happens to us later, we'll have a very secure area. And once I learn to play, we'll be able to sweep out of there.
This is proof of our righteousness.
Because, there's a ton of factions on the map and they all hate us, but, and this is important,
Another branch
they're
grows
gonna
and
be
sprouts.
pretty far from where we are. There's nobody that lives up here. Once we get this space, that's it. And then everybody's got to walk all the way across China to get to us. So, okay, do it. I want you to do it,
Here in faith.
And we upgrade the farmland. Here, okay, so we've got sideways knockarounds here, and we can take... So this would be big war cry for Unbreakable and stuff. This gives charge resist to everybody, though. So this guy, we just need, yeah, if we just give him the charge resistance, then that'll be really good in the long run, I hope. He's a brewer, you know. And we'll see how that pans out for us. Now, ideally, this dude will, like, take some land or something and, you know, because the map positioning of this faction is awesome. I love it. It's my favorite thing to feel like nice and secure in a total war game on your frontiers. But, you know, our brothers are going to be beset very quickly by incredibly powerful forces. And if we don't deal with this in the north and then come down to help them, you know, like, how are we going to get it? But we're going to hope. Faction developments, Yellow Sky Apprentice, yes, yes, yes. So, like, we're just going to hope that across the lands, the various rebellions can distract our opponents for long enough. Okay, no. When they're just at large towns, they don't have negative food yet. It's a small city that they get the negative food. Okay, so we can definitely get to there without feeling there's going to be a penalty. Yeah, we got rebellions all over, and I think I think these people join up with us once they take over stuff, but I'm not, like, really sure. An iron mine, though, we don't want to, like, not grab that. Yeah, we want to get this, because that's a bunch of money.
We strike as one blade.
Or potentially could be a lot of money. And this is going to be, like, up in a secure corner where we can feel comfy about
We must show them the
about
way.
putting our eggs into the basket here. Yeah, so, you know, it's, we drop the cash on it. You know, the earlier we do it, the better. Fire arrows. Oh, okay, so... So we certainly did the retinues wrong, though. He can get fire arrows, but it's all the way over there. And this guy can get them now. Well, we only really need one thing of fire arrows, really. And more post-battle loot. We're just gonna make one of these archers into, or one of the peasant vols into an archer gang, because just again, like, one unit with fire damage is enough, and then we'll swap one of these guys into a peasant. No, because that's more money. We'll just use 5 archers for a bit. I don't think the rebellions will attack me. I've been wrong before. And here we go up to get a trebuchet. Even before long, they're just going to be in our land, but we might be able, just with the tempo inertia and being able to sweep down from the north and not have to worry about anything there, and with all of our annoying allies, we might be able to do something here. The Emperor declares war. Okay, yeah, so then there's rebellions going on all around. Good, good.
For the cause.
Because if we create our power base up here, I'm like, do we want to give this away? No, I don't. Like, I don't even know if we can trade land,
Welcome,
right?
friend.
We can. It's like, well, what could we get for this, right? No money, because he doesn't want to give us anything for it. But the good thing is, though, is like none of our land is that important to us. You know, like these lands that we've picked up, it's good. You know, we've got some stuff going on there, and maybe we spent a little more money than we would have liked to.
Take
Oh,
this
on you.
in friendship.
So he wants to remove the rebellion. No, the rebellion is our friend. Yeah. So
We are happy to have pleased you.
he wanted to vote for it, but everybody else voted against it. I'm like, the rebellion is good, actually, right? Yeah, because, like, yeah, they take over and they're, like, our pals.
Excellent. Talk.
And we read a report about one of our generals who beat 6 enemies single-handedly. And then we're going to get a cool item out of it, I guess. We get a horse. Alright, so satisfaction, faction-wide, awesome. A little bit of expertise. We'll give you the good horse.
For the yellow sky! Heaven here!
Oh, and we
our
couldn't quite get
fury.
there in time. You know, it's alright. We just have... We're gonna hope... Because this is so far flung, and because this is like, you know, we're gonna figure his power base is gonna be over there, we're gonna hope that we can just pop this and get away with it, and we might... I'm like... Do we undeploy? I don't think so. I think that would be a little messy. Guan Yu here with his just, like, militia thing, like, I bet we'll match up well against that, right? But we just don't have enough money for that, so in a couple turns we'll get there. Like, making that a large town would be good too, but, you know, I don't know. Kind of want to see if we're going to lose anything first. With all of these rebellions around too, though, because it distracts the other armies who are trying to come into our power base. What a fun little campaign this is shaping up to be already. Yeah, and now this guy, rather than being arrayed to me, is going to be having to deal with the upstart bandits there that, you know, we know so well. We know and love so well.
For the way! Our just deeds were blessed. They are lost.
So we
and
swing in
need
here and get the
guidance.
toolmaker, which gives us a bunch of money, so we will upgrade there. Because again, these are the places I want to build at. Like, this is the region that I would love to just, like, turtle up here. But obviously, the other parts of the rebellion are going beautifully well. You know, our brothers and friends and associates are coming in there, and we haven't, like, seen the enemy really press in on us so far. But once we pop...
Choose your words
you-
wisely.
Okay, so he's an incompetent leader, unable to field a strong army, etc. Well, you know, he's got all this land, so we're going to take it from him. Which will be a wonderful way to build our power base here at the beginning. And, you know, if the rebellion will just run away from our foes more, you know, just buy us some time down here. If only we could tell them to do that. And the rebels seize the farmlands to feed the people. Hooray! And we get a ton of money there. So yeah. Our friend moves in there. The rebels grab it. Completes our ownership there. We get a ton of money for the coffers. Beautiful.
When faith wavers, evil enters.
It's like, I think the Yellow Turbans will finish that up there, but... No, because, yeah, we need to move this way because this is the route to victory here, or to the quest.
The way is the only.
Because the Yellow Turbans, like, I actually, so that's super cool, right? So now we have, like, a potential for a faction where if you destabilize the public order of your opponents, you know, you can take advantage of that. Because normally it's like, oh, there's a rebellion, but if they take over, it's a rebellion. But now, it's part of the alliance if they win. Liu Bei and Zhang Fei and Guan Yu, they're not all in the same army. They're off doing their thing. You see some of their faces on the map, but, you know, we know they're not all together. And, yeah. And from here, you know, Moon decrease your supply storage. We'll take supply storage. It's like, I guess, like, yeah, because these are proper, you know, factions now, so they'll just charge on through. Maybe they can't replenish because they're a rebellion army, but, you know, it's still, like, you know, very, very, very cool stuff. So our brave brother can hold here in the south. We'll mop this up. Hey, Yi will join in, and then...
Truth will prevail. As one, we move. Strike together.
And I think there's a mechanism to seize these ports or annex them, you know, like... Yeah, so we can just take the settlements from one of the rebellions and add them to us, which is, you know, perfect. All we have to do is send, like, a representative, I guess. It didn't even look like we would lose any benefits to the faction from doing so, right? So we might have just, like, a guy that runs around and grabs these to add them in. Oh, but things are looking rough there for our bro, and yeah, he gets popped. But we'll be able to go and help on that front before too long. But as for now, you know, a lot of these initial rebellion forces that lived, you know, for 2 turns, they're not living for 3, so... So we know, pound for pound, that they're stronger than us. But we also know that we might have a lot more weight than they do. Power increases. Now we're balanced. Alright, now that we've got Trebs, this would let us get military supply village. I mean, seems good for an iron thing. Slightly better archers. Mounted saber defectors. Fervent defenders. They don't have spears. Ascetics of the ways. Encourage. I mean, they all seem like they have low attack. I mean, I feel like we have to go up this tree to get units, right? Because... But, you know, maybe... Yeah, everything's pretty good, huh? Satisfaction, you know... But if we don't get the army somewhat stronger... Yeah, we'll take this. That'll unlock the Iron Village. And get us some decent lance cavalry. We need some lance cavalry, right? We do.
Heaven hit.
And we continue just rolling up through it. You know, we haven't
This
fought like
is
hardly any
proof
battles
of
at all
our
here.
righteousness. We
But
must
they're
show
all,
them
like-
the way.
And the beginning of it's coming in nicely. Alright, so here, income over a long amount of time. Not nearly as good of a payoff as these other places. We've got plenty of money to upgrade our towns, but, like, is it wise to? Well, these armies could probably protect us up here-ish. So if we just get this to a small city... No, we get this one... No, we need the one to a small city where we can build more food. Or a large town, rather. Well, that one's free. That one doesn't cost us the food, right?
In faith.
Unify in one direction.
Alright, so we're gonna send him around to annex our various places. Add them to the group. You know, but maybe, you know, because if we just leave them there, then they can keep on doing stuff. But I mean, like, they can just attack people anyway, you know. I feel like grabbing the land is smart. Because otherwise, like, you know, are they going to use it better than me? These are minor dudes, you know, and hopefully they'll help us with our incursions in the north, but fundamentally I want to live up here because it's nice and safe. And then as we move down, you know, you can't just go across the water there. You've got to go along the coastline, so that should help. And we'll just go in here. Grab the annexation. We have barely enough food. Satisfaction's low. What are you gonna do, right? We could get rid of some of them. Like, we don't need this dude, right? Alright, there we go. That's sorted out.
Reject corruption.
I'm like, if you don't want to work for me anymore, you don't have to, buddy. This is an optional rebellion, you know. Nobody's twisting your arm here. What a fun little campaign. You know, eventually we'll even fight a battle. But it's like, there's so many, like, super weak garrisons and stuff in this first phase of it. Which makes sense, because he was, like, just a not very good... And yeah, and now we've destroyed the faction just like we wanted. Alright. He would join us or create a new faction. I think we have him join us, right? Because that's just... I think that's what we would do. But maybe, you know, having another guy that's great in our army, I think he's great. I've heard of him, you know. Maybe we'll just create the new faction. We could do it the other way in the future. You know, hopefully, you know, if he just gets, like, eliminated, that'll be very sad. Melee evasion for melee infantry faction wide. Okay, so that'll be good for him. He can make the people fatigue immune. He's got a big splash damage effect. Yeah, he seems like a very good fighter, but you know, am I really going to regret having another rebellion on the map? I don't think so. Hopefully he'll be able to persist there. If he gets eliminated in like a turn, I shall be very put out.
No longer will corruption reign.
Upgrade there. Here we can go to the large town without inhibiting any of the food, because we do have to keep an eye on the food. We don't want to go to any of the small cities, I don't think. Not yet. Not until we get this food online.
For our labors.
Oh, the coastal trading thing just is for money anyway. Well, there we go. Now, I think we recall all these retinues, because to get over here would be several turns. I think we just recall all the retinues, say that we'll be safe here, and then plop down like right here, and then we can go down, because to get over there takes... Yeah, that's what we'll do. Because we've got fine public order everywhere. We won't need anyone up here. We won't need to defend it, because this rebellion's here. We'll be able to annex that up. And, yeah. We need to get back to the action. This first phase has gone super well. I think we need to get back to the action. That's what we're going to do.
How can I serve, my lord?
Because, again, it's not like having a weaker faction for a minute would hurt us at all. And, hey, you know, with not paying our army, we'll be able to pay to resummon them in no time, right? And then this dude who just came up the water, you know, we're going to be able to deal with that. And hopefully, hey, will be able to take advantage of us putting them onto the map. It would be sad if not. All right, so a trade agreement. Yeah, baby. 1,300. Wow, wow, wow. That's good stuff. Because this rebellion, like, helps us out there. But what we could do is, so this army... This place has a garrison, so we can just recruit our army up here, push them back with intimidation, perhaps, or, you know, with power, if not.
Our faith will sunder oppression.
Deflect,
you know,
with
very,
shield,
very
cleave
expensive
with
to resummon everyone. But again, you know, if we would have run down there, yeah, because the army upkeep is 2k a turn, so we got to think of it in that term. Sure, it cost us 6,000 or 7,000 to get this together, but it would have cost us that to bring them down, and they wouldn't have been able to get any action. So, you know, this was all to the good. And we'll actually build buildings in this run, because I'll feel safe. And with our army up here, you know, because as soon as we push in here, we might be able to even get this guy to like us. And if we do... No, I think actually we can't. Because he's not a Yellow Turban faction. But, you know, at least he's not at war with us. Because the better, you know, we're doing super well right now. But if we can keep this going just a little bit with these other rebellions still online, then... I mean, I feel like we're in a great position to just basically roll over everybody. There's a tiger in the camp, but this guy was not intimidated. So we have 15 morale for the army for a while, yeah. Because this army, you know, he might be trying to go up there eventually, but with these other rebellions all around, that's going to inhibit him. And then we'll just pop down, take it, and then roll in here. And then we've got all of this rich land to grab. And yeah, I mean, things are going really well. At least they seem to be going really well. And we'll wait one more turn. No, we can move up to here to replenish the rest of the way. We'll go to ambush on the offhand chance that it works.
It is ours by right.
Anyway, there we go. And here, so we could get fervor from buildings. Oh, and you could give negative public order from your buildings to the adjacent ones. That's very cool. All right, in satisfaction wide. I think we just, like, well, we could try to do industry, right? But yeah, we'll just upgrade it to a town first. No, we will build food first. We have to get more food in the faction, right? Because we're still revenue positive, which is great. I love that. But before we can build more of our things, maybe we'll upgrade the horsemen. So we just hit here, and then because this is just the outpost there. But yeah, you know, it we still don't want this guy right here next to our land, right? Because he's got the army. We have to pop it. He showed a willingness to bother us. Shiji moves up, but takes a bad fight against a couple rebels and gets hit there. And that was Liu Chong there that was doing good. He is here. There's somebody in ambush there, I think, but hopefully he'll be smart enough to notice. Because while these rebellions are making me super proud, you know, it's like all we really have to do is what we've already done. Because we've got a secure power base up here, and as soon as we swoop on down this side, it's going to make it essentially improbable for them to ever come up here and hit things. And that'll mean that we can comfortably upgrade things as far as we can go. But we don't want to upgrade the cities yet. If we don't keep them in line with the food production that we've got access to, then we shall soon find ourselves very unhappy indeed. Alright, and this fellow, the Great Absorber, will recall,
My lord, I hope all is
and we'll
well.
pop him over here to absorb the other lands of the rebellion.
Return to standard position.
Oh, and we can't even get there.
With righteousness.
Alas. What a fine campaign this is shaping up to be. You know, sure, our enemies haven't done anything against us. And, you know, maybe when they get around to the crackback, it's going to be painful. But Heiyi is like, you know, maybe just putting him in that faction there was what we needed, you know, to interrupt the other people. But the public order problems becoming my benefits it's such a cool little concept. And, you know, this looter guy, you know, just because we took that city, now they just move on to new places. So, gotta love it. Got to love it. But Zhang Yang has declared war on my guy, so now we're all brawling.
Heaven calls.
And wherever that army was, it ran. Maybe the rebellion popped
Heaven
it, but,
blesses
you know.
our mandate.
Thought we were going to do a battle there. Ends up that we're not going to do a battle
They
there.
are lost and need guidance. The way is the only law.
No, not the woodcutter first. We should take the farm first. Beautiful. So we're finally getting just a little bit of excess food. Not enough for me to want to upgrade my areas, though, but I love the idea of getting down and, like, turtling in your land and pushing out rebellions with the public order, although that might be a little slow compared, but, you know, just being able to passively do it, you know, out of, you know, because if this guy's got abilities to do it, then, you know, how nice. How nice. This is like a not my rebellion, because there's different kinds of them, right? And I think if they have the little purple thing over their head, that means they're the unfriendly rebellions. But this has been a wonderful beginning. Probably about to call it now. I got to get on with my day, but, you know, a lot of preamble, and then soon enough, you know, we're going to be getting into the meat and the potatoes, into the fighting with our enemies. But it is only turn 22.
For the yellow sky.
Yeah, because this is, this is a proper rebellion. You got to look for the purple question mark when you're playing Yellow Turbans. I do wish that they had, like, a different name for the faction. That would be nice. But it's all fine. And we get a cool ancillary. We'll see what it does. It was a silver-colored one, which... Philosopher. Oh, yeah. Satisfaction faction-wide. We already have that from the concubine, though, so... Yeah, our faction rank isn't high enough for us to get guys, right? Because we're just balanced right now. I guess at some point characters do get a desire for higher offices, so that's funny. You know, they spend a while being enlightened and good. Alright, so here we want to stroll down this way. That is an iron mine, but, like, at some point, like, how far in do we go? Because I need to deal with this front, right? Right. Well, these guys might be dealing with that front, huh? Yeah, they certainly might. Beautiful. And we use the copious funds that we have acquired from the quest giving you like 15k, very nice, because it happens right when you need that 15k. But, you know, we're revenue positive, which feels so good compared to the other campaigns I've been doing. You know, just running in the red all the time doesn't feel as nice as seeing that green number there, where it's like, you know, hey, if I just hold on, everything will get better with time.
Our fury.
Everybody wants to do this, so obviously we're going to do this.
Provoked our fury.
What's he doing all the way in those lands? Wow. But, okay, there we see that guy and his march stance move out, but we're already moving in the direction of him, so we'll be able to get him. And indeed, like, because of the rebellions basically playing... Gongdu hates the Yellow Turban Rebellion, but, like, get out of here, man. Like, they're good for us. I feel like this guy doesn't understand, like, where the bread's buttered, right? Like, he doesn't get what this alliance is all about.
Have courage.
And that guy's just being a menace. We can't quite catch him. We're gonna keep on building things. I feel so proud of myself for building things. You know, I spent a lot of the time playing this game not building anything. Oh yeah, we've got assignments. We can send people on assignments. We can... Oh yeah, you know, I guess that would be good, right? It takes 500. He could get captured. But you know, we sent him there to reduce the public order. I think it'll be for our opponent and not for me. I don't know. Hard to say. This woodcutter is on the safe side of the mountain, yes, so we can go ahead and build it up. Oh, it feels so weird to just like be building a lot of buildings. And we could send him to be a food guy. Yeah. Do we make very much food here? Let's find a place where we make more food. You know, this is the place with the most food. So, you know, very, very nice. I'm playing the game. I'm doing the stuff. I feel so proud of me. Have them move a little faster. Or at least I thought we were. Oh yeah, because I guess we won't. But you know, the Liu Bei gets eliminated. We have studied the scriptures and stuff. All right, so we will force these people to move. We don't actually have the ability to not force them to move there. And this fool finally gets caught. Finally. I'm like, we could have done the battle. I'm like, man, we haven't done a battle in like this whole hour. It's fine though, because I don't actually have time anymore. I gotta stop. But when we come back to this campaign, we'll actually do some fights, right? It's just been auto resolve city here, but most of the battles have been against like very, very weak forces, right? We can do the commanding shout. Fire arrows. There we go. So there's lots of different ways to get to the fire arrows. And now this guy won't need that one to have fire arrows. Anyway. No, not there. We want to upgrade the city. And that city is upgrading. Yeah, because this is so fun. What a great campaign. I love having a bunch of allies. I like being able to be lazy and still win. And it does look like that's what's happening here. Now, as we crawl up here, we're going to get to Stalwart Shields. There we go. Here's our Spear Guard, guys. Yeah, we'll just crawl up this side and get better army stuff, better troops, better things eventually. Alright, I keep on digressing. I was really supposed to be ending like 10 minutes ago. I gotta get on that. I'm just having so much fun being able to freely spend money to upgrade my faction. I always feel way too much pressure economically due to the expense of my armies, but here, you know, it's cheapy,
It is
so...
our time to be heard.
There we go, we popped this guy.
Our just deeds were blessed. Tear down this corrupt idolatry. Raise the people.
Alright, so here we could try to go in here and bash him, like, oh yeah, you can go through the mountain, it's just really annoying. Anyway, we're gonna hope that the rebellion deals with him a bit. Now the question is, do we go over on this side to shore up our defenses more, or down here to shore up our defenses more? Well, it's a long walk over here. I guess we just do this first, right? Because we're already over here. We just fight our way down, and then we can take the river up or whatnot. Because our allies are doing more than okay over here. They're doing beautifully. He-Man is like, you know, he's being the man for real. He's getting it done. Everything's good. Plenty of money. Building stuff. The rebellion catches on wonderfully, of course. Not all of our friends are making it out, but plenty of them are. And I gotta quit talking or I'm going to be late for my day. But anyway, but I'm so engaged. It's winter now. We still have plenty of food online. We've got, you know, the zeal is high.
On the march.
And with these rebellions, like, moving forth across the land, they're doing so well, right? Like, we're doing great. And the further that our alliance goes in the south there, the less and less we have to worry about the north, which we weren't really that worried anyway, right? Like, we felt comfy. We felt confident. Because without... We need to go... Yeah, we got to go to a small city in most of these places so that we can start building more, getting more food out of it, right? But we should upgrade to the cities and the places that are for making food first. Although this one wouldn't be too bad, right? You know, it's for making money, and that's like the same. Just get in another spot. The further in the north they are, the safer, right? But anyway, I really must be off. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I really hope you've enjoyed. Zhang is doing wonderfully. 5 years of rule. You know, we've gotten quite a lot of happiness out of these auto resolves. The campaign map is beautiful. In this setup, you know, we're already in my favorite place to be, a safe corner of the map, and from here it's only gonna get better. If we deal with these ridiculous mountains, then, you know, we won't have to deal with them anymore, but I think we'll just charge down this way and you know, maybe try to crack the Imperial City, maybe not. We'll figure it out. But anyway, that's all I've got for you right now. Thank you guys so much, and whenever we return, it'll probably be more of this, but we might play something else tonight. But anyway, see you guys.